You are here, not by accident. You found this audiobook because your mind is ready for change. Everything you've been taught about wealth, effort, and success is broken. Hard work alone, waiting for luck, and following outdated rules do not create lasting abundance. This is your wake-up call, limitless abundance. Overnight wealth affirmations will disrupt your old beliefs and reprogram your mind to attract money, opportunity, and freedom effortlessly. Across 10 powerful shifts, you will ignite your inner spark, dissolve hidden blocks, command your mind, breathe prosperity into your life, reprogram your subconscious, harness quantum intention, expand your receiving power, elevate your vibration, embody unshakable wealth identity, and merge with limitless source. Each chapter is a practical, actionable step designed to transform your reality. Listen, apply, and feel change in your mind, body, and energy. Subscribe now to this quantum audiobook channel. Every session delivers tools that rewire your life, because your next level of wealth cannot wait. Shift 1. Ignite your inner spark and awaken infinite wealth now. Ignite the small, steady flame inside your chest, and know that wealth is already moving toward you now. Feel that tiny ember not as a distant idea but as a living presence beneath your breastbone, a warm pulse that has waited for your permission to grow. Place your hand where the ember sits, and breathe into that space slowly, drawing air down into your belly, so the hand rises and falls with real steady rhythm. Breathe with intention, and notice how simple breath gathers attention, narrows the mind, and gives the body a single place to rest. This is the doorway. Attention is the lever that moves reality, and by turning it toward the ember you begin the actual work of waking wealth into being. Recognize one clear belief that dims the flame for you. Name it out loud, in a single short sentence. See the belief as fact, so it can show itself plainly for you to see. Hearing the doubt gives it shape, and once it has shape, it can be moved. Bring curiosity, not judgment. Watch what tone accompanies the thought. Feel where it sits in the body and how it affects your posture. Observe breathing slowing or tightening the throat, or a sinking in the belly. Awareness dissolves secret power. When something is named, it loses its authority to hide. Replace naming with a tiny embodied practice that rewires the brain faster than argument. Exhale deeply, and on the out-breath say a short affirmation in present tense that you can feel in the chest. Keep it 2 to 5 words long. Choose something like "I am receiving now," or "money flows to me." Speak the phrase slowly with the air, so the words land in the body, not only in the mind. After speaking, press your fingertips gently to the heart center for 3 steady breaths, so the body writes the new signal into muscle memory. This simple pattern of name, feel, replace anchors a new neural path. It is not theory but habit formation in motion. Create a morning ritual that lasts no more than 7 minutes, and do it the same way for 21 mornings. Rise and stand at the window or in a space where you can feel the floor under your feet. Open your chest, breathe 3 full breaths, hands resting at your sides, and feel the ground beneath. See the same 2 to 5 word affirmation 8 times out loud with full feeling. Tilt your head back slightly and smile with the eyes, so the face sends the body a message of readiness. Then move one small physical object in your space to a new place, as a symbolic act of shifting energy. It can be a plant, a notebook, or a coin. This action tells your nervous system that a new pattern is forming and the outside world follows the inside. Use the evening to program the deep mind while it is most receptive. Before sleep, review 3 small wins from your day regardless of size. Say them aloud and feel pride in the chest with each recall. Then lie down, place your palms on your belly, and speak a short overnight phrase into the pillow 3 times quietly and warmly. Record your voice once on your phone repeating that phrase slowly, and play the recording softly as you close your eyes. The brain learns through repetition and tone, and hearing your own voice in a calm, low register embeds the message where reasoning cannot touch it. This is how the subconscious accepts new operating instructions. Practice a daily receiving exercise that trains your body to accept good things. Stand in front of a mirror for 60 seconds and speak directly into your eyes 5 affirmations of simple trust and acceptance. Use statements like "I accept abundance now," "I welcome help," and "I receive with ease." Let the words land in the throat and then soften into the shoulders so the body learns that good arriving is safe. If tears or a tremor appear, allow them to move. These are the clearing currents that open a channel for momentum. Tune your senses to noticing small flow. Look for tiny signs of expansion across your day: a stranger smiling, a helpful email, a small unexpected credit. When a small sign appears, stop, breathe, and register it aloud, even in one word. Thank you. This trains attention to home in on possibility and creates a feedback loop. The quantum field responds to direction and appreciation. The more you point attention toward evidence of movement, the more movement appears. Begin a minimal financial action that creates trust with money itself. Choose one micro practice to do daily for a month. It might be placing one coin into a special jar, saying a single affirmation over it and watching it accumulate, or sending a small amount to yourself into a savings account labeled opportunity. These practical acts show money a consistent, friendly system rather than an unpredictable storm. Systems build confidence faster than thought experiments. Repeated small acts teach both the world and your nervous system that you can create and manage more. Cultivate a physical anchor to call in your state. Pick a gesture you can use anytime. Press thumb and forefinger together, tap the left shoulder, or press your palm flat over the heart. Use this anchor after you complete the morning ritual or after any moment you feel aligned, so it becomes associated with the felt experience of receiving. When the mind grows loud, use the anchor to re-access the internal state so you can act from clarity rather than fear. Over time, a single touch will collapse anxiety and restore coherence. Practice immediate aligned action. Every day, choose one small step that moves you toward expanding income or capacity. It must be simple, measurable, and within reach. Make a single phone call. Write one paragraph of an offer. Send one email. Clear one piece of clutter. Complete it before the day grows noisy. The combination of internal alignment and outward action creates a loop that the field recognizes: intention plus motion. Quantum potential collapses into tangible outcomes when you pair clarity with movement. Speak wealth with your entire body. When an affirmation is repeated, soften the jaw, lift the sternum, relax the shoulders, and breathe low. Allow the words to vibrate through the belly and rib cage. Feeling is the amplifier that converts words into reality. The brain and the quantum field require more than abstract meaning. They respond to full-body conviction. Practice saying your core affirmation with the emotion of already having what you ask for, and notice how posture and tone change. The body remembers this new pattern faster than the intellect ever will. Watch for resistance as information, not failure. When an old image surfaces of scarcity or unworthiness, name it. Then invite it to sit down beside you like an old neighbor who wants tea. Offer it compassion and then show it the new order by taking one small step. Treat resistance as feedback. Ask what it needs and then do one simple practical thing that answers that need. This might mean checking a bank detail, paying a bill, organizing a document, or clearing a small email backlog. Practical acts quiet the mind and reinforce the new pattern. Read a short money story that ends well and retell it daily in first-person present tense. Keep it brief and vivid. Describe a scene, feel the textures and the sounds, the gratitude on your tongue. Speak it before sleep or record it and play it softly. The subconscious composes reality from repeated sensory-based scripts. Replace anxious looping with a lifelike narrative that includes emotion and detail. Repeat it enough so it becomes the familiar channel your inner world expects. Honor rest as part of the expansion. Wealth is not earned only through effort. Rest is a creative force that restores sensitivity to subtle impulses and opens the imagination where new solutions arise. Schedule short restorative pauses during the day and protect them. During these pauses, close the eyes, breathe, and let the body sink into the floor. Notice how ideas come in the hush. This is where next steps arrive, not from force but from the field aligning with a quiet, receptive vessel. Build a few practical safety nets so calm can grow. Automate small savings. Set a simple reminder to move money to a separate place and check it weekly, not daily. Create a list of 3 people you can call for support when choices feel heavy. Practical infrastructure reduces reactive fear and allows the heart to take bolder steps. Teach your senses to expect miracles by daily surprise practice. Each morning, place one small pleasing object in an unexpected spot or send one thoughtful message to someone without reason. Creating little surprises trains life to reciprocate with novelty and opportunity. The field is responsive to pattern and generosity opens channels faster than calculation. Close the day with gratitude for movement, not merely outcome. Thank the ember in your chest for burning tonight, for the small actions you took and for the soft signs you noted. Sit with the sensation of full belly breath and imagine the flame widening into a gentle, steady light reaching into the room. Keep the hand on the chest, feel that pulse, and know that repeated daily attention is drawing abundance into form. Begin now by standing up, placing your hand over the center of your chest, taking 3 slow breaths and speaking your 2 to 5 word affirmation with feeling. Move one small item in the room and choose one tiny action you will complete before the day ends. Carry the anchor with you, and when doubt appears, name it, inhale, and replace it with the practiced phrase. Repeat the evening routine tonight, record your voice and play it softly as you sleep. These are not symbolic gestures alone. They are practical reprogramming protocols that teach the nervous system trust, show the field clear direction, and invite aligned outcomes. Wealth becomes familiar when the inner world is disciplined, clear, and kind. The ember within you is a living protocol of attention and action. Feed it with steady breath, consistent practice, and small wins, and it will grow into a fire that lights your days and warms your night. Keep the work simple, relentless, and compassionate, and watch how life begins to rearrange itself around the new steady light you have chosen to carry. Shift 2. Dissolve hidden blocks and unlock unstoppable flow of abundance. Close your eyes for a moment and notice the quiet hum beneath your thoughts. That low current has always been there, yet most people move too quickly to feel it. This is the space where hidden blocks live, soft walls built from old experiences, inherited beliefs, and forgotten fears. They are not visible in your daily routine, but they shape your choices, color your emotions, and influence how much you allow yourself to receive. Tonight, you are being invited to walk into that hidden territory with honesty and courage, because abundance is not created by chasing it, is created by removing the barriers that already stand in the way of flow. Albert Einstein once said, "Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it." Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. These words are not just theory, they are a living map. If abundance is energy, then what keeps it from you are the frequencies you unconsciously hold that do not match its vibration. When you dissolve those inner blocks, you stop resisting, and you begin to flow with the field that has been waiting to deliver more than you could ever imagine. Hidden blocks often appear as subtle voices. They whisper that you are not ready, not worthy, not capable, or that wealth must come with struggle. Perhaps you remember hearing a parent speak with fear about money, or you felt shame when you asked for something as a child. These impressions do not simply they live in the body as tension, in the nervous system as contraction, in the mind as hesitation. They can become so familiar that you mistake them for truth. The first step is recognition. You cannot dissolve what you do not see. Take this moment to bring awareness to one repeating thought about money or abundance that has circled you for years. It may sound like "I never have enough," or "good things don't last," or "I don't deserve success." Speak that thought silently and feel its weight. Notice where in your body it lands. Does your chest tighten? Does your stomach sink? Does your jaw clench? By locating the sensation, you have already shifted from unconscious reaction to conscious witness. This is where the work begins. Now breathe slowly into that space where the block shows itself. Breathe as if you are sending light into the tension. Imagine your breath carrying warmth, loosening the knot, and creating space. With each exhale, let the old phrase drift further away from you, like smoke dissolving into open air. As the words weaken, replace them with one new affirmation that carries the vibration of receiving. Speak it inwardly as you breathe, something like, "I am open to flow," or "Abundance is safe for me." Do not force belief. Simply allow the words to rest inside you with patience. The subconscious learns through gentle repetition, not through struggle. To unlock unstoppable flow, you must also practice the art of release. Release is not passive, it is an act of power. Every time you let go of a thought, a possession, or a pattern that no longer serves you, you clear space for life to deliver something great. Consider one area where you hold tightly out of fear, maybe a drawer of unused objects, maybe a relationship that drains you, maybe a responsibility you carry out of obligation instead of joy. When you release even a small piece of what no longer resonates, you send a signal to the field that you are ready for new circulation. Flow requires movement. There is also a deeper truth. Hidden blocks thrive in secrecy. They lose strength the moment they are expressed. Write them on paper with honesty. Every limiting phrase, every memory of scarcity, every judgment about wealth. Do not censor. Empty them onto the page until you feel lighter. Then speak them once out loud and burn the paper safely. Watch the flames consume the sentences, and know that you have transmuted their weight into air. Ritual gives the subconscious proof that change is happening. In daily life, flow grows when you learn to receive without resistance. Many people unknowingly block abundance, not by lack of effort, but by refusing small gifts. A compliment is deflected, help is declined, opportunities are ignored because of fear of judgment or pride. Begin to practice saying yes. When someone offers praise, take a full breath. Meet their eyes and reply, "Thank you, I received that." When support is offered, accept it without shrinking. This simple act retrains the nervous system to feel safe with increase. Safety is the foundation of expansion. Remember that your inner world shapes your outer reality. When a block dissolves inside you, opportunities outside you rearrange to meet the new frequency. For example, if you dissolve the hidden belief that money always disappears, You may suddenly notice yourself making decisions that stabilize income without effort. If you release the belief that success isolates you, you may attract partners and allies who celebrate your growth. The field is responsive, but it is waiting for coherence inside you first. Each night before you sleep, perform a practice that clears residue from the day. Lie flat, close your eyes and scan your body from head to toe. Notice any tightness, any gripping, any restless thought. With each exhale, whisper to yourself, "I let this go." Visualize golden light pouring over you like water, washing away every trace of doubt, fear, or heaviness. Allow your body to sink deeper into ease. As you rest, the subconscious absorbs this message of release and resets itself into openness. Do not underestimate the small daily choices that build flow. Drink water with intention and affirm, "As water flows through me, wealth flows to me." Walk outdoors and imagine the air filling you with possibility. When you spend money, say silently, "As I circulate, life circulates back to me." Each of these micro acts trains the body and mind to associate abundance with natural movement, not with struggle or fear. The more natural you make the energy of wealth, the easier it is for life to match it. Your blocks are not enemies, they are old protections, built at a time when you needed to survive. Honor them for the service they once gave, and then release them with gratitude. Thank the old fear for trying to keep you safe. Thank the scarcity for sharpening your awareness. Thank the hesitation for teaching you patience. Gratitude transforms even the heaviest patterns. When you bless what once bound you, the knot unties itself with grace. Abundance is not something to chase across years of effort. It is something that flows when you remove the dams inside. Tonight you have seen how blocks form, how they live in the body, and how they dissolve with awareness, breath, release, and practice. You have felt the truth that energy follows attention, and that attention can be trained to serve your expansion. You have remembered that receiving is safe, that release is power, and that flow is your natural state. Carry this into your nights and your day. When an old belief arises, witness it, breathe light into it, and replace it with a phrase of openness. When opportunities come, say yes with courage. When life offers you even a small stream of joy, step into it fully. The more you allow yourself to flow, the more unstoppable the current becomes. Wealth does not arrive as an accident. It arrives as alignment. You are aligning now. You are dissolving what was hidden. You are unlocking the unstoppable river that has always been waiting for you. Shift 3. Command your mind nightly and rewrite your wealth destiny. As night arrives, the conscious mind begins to loosen its grip, and this is the moment when destiny can be rewritten. The chatter of the day fades, the body grows softer, and the hidden doors of the subconscious begin to open. What you impress upon your mind during these hours does not vanish into the dark. It is carried deep into the fertile soil of your inner field, where reality takes shape. If you command the mind with clarity before sleep, you are programming the blueprint that tomorrow must follow. The great thinker Neville Goddard once wrote, "Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and watch the world play its part." This is not poetic suggestion, it is practical instruction. To command your mind nightly is to enter sleep as if the life you desire is already yours. When the subconscious accepts an image charged with feeling, it orchestrates circumstances that appear almost miraculous in their precision. The mind becomes the scriptwriter, and the world becomes the stage. Consider how most people end their evenings. They lie down replaying the stresses of the day, repeating silent arguments, reviewing losses, or fearing what tomorrow may bring. In doing so, they unknowingly issue commands for more of the same. The subconscious does not distinguish between imagination and experience. It simply absorbs the signal and sets the machinery of reality into motion. If the last thought before sleep is worry, life will echo worry. If the last sensation is fear, life will deliver more to fear. But if the last impression is wealth, safety, joy, and abundance, then the inner command shapes the outer world accordingly. To begin commanding your mind nightly, first create silence. Dim the light, set aside devices, and give yourself at least 10 minutes of sacred transition. Sit upright or lie down in stillness, and breathe as if the air itself is golden. Inhale through the nose until the belly lifts. Pause for a moment, and exhale slowly through the mouth. Do this 3 times, and feel the body soften. You are telling your nervous system that it is safe to surrender. Safety is the doorway to receptivity. Now, with eyes closed, bring forth an image of your wealth destiny already fulfilled. See yourself waking in the home of your dreams, feeling the fabric of new sheets, smelling the scent of fresh flowers placed in the room. Imagine the sound of laughter in the distance, the taste of fresh fruit on the tongue, the texture of smooth wood under your hand. Make it vivid. sensory, undeniable. The more senses involved, the deeper the impression. The subconscious listens to feeling more than words. Next, attach gratitude to the image. Whisper softly, "Thank you, this is mine," as if you are speaking to life itself. Gratitude seals the command, locking it in place like wax poured over a letter. The heart radiates coherence when gratitude is present, and coherence is the frequency that the quantum field responds to with precision. You are no longer begging. You are instructing reality with the authority of one who knows. As you lie in bed, choose one affirmation that feels alive. Speak it inwardly in rhythm with your breath. For example, wealth belongs to me, breathing in with the first half, exhaling with the second. Or I live in overflow, aligning words with the rise and fall of the lungs. Repetition with rhythm bypasses resistance and sinks into the deeper layers of mind. This is the language the subconscious understands. Simple, emotional, consistent. To strengthen the nightly command, write down one sentence in present tense that captures your wealth destiny. Keep it short and powerful. I prosper with ease, or money flows freely to me. Place the paper by your bedside, and before closing your eyes, read it slowly aloud. As your eyes scan the words, imagine them glowing with light. Feel them as more than ink. Feel them as a signal vibrating into the field. The subconscious remembers the picture of glowing words far more vividly than plain text. If you want to deepen this practice, record your own voice speaking affirmations of wealth in a calm, slow, and grounded tone. Play this recording softly as you fall asleep. The familiar sound of your voice bypasses resistance, because the subconscious trusts your voice more than any other. Through repetition in that receptive state, the affirmations become embedded programs. Soon you find yourself making choices, noticing opportunities, and attracting circumstances that align with the very phrases you fed yourself at night. Notice how commanding the mind nightly is not about force. It is about deliberate gentleness. The subconscious resists strain but absorbs suggestion. Treat your mind as fertile soil, not as a battlefield. Plant carefully chosen seeds with consistency, and life cannot help but reflect them. This is the law of mind in action. You may encounter resistance at first. Thoughts of doubt may surface, or an inner voice may laugh at the new image. Do not fight the resistance. Acknowledge it as the echo of the old program, smile at it, and then return gently to the new command. With time, the old voices fade, and the new pattern becomes the default setting of your inner landscape. This is how destinies are rewritten, not through sudden force, but through nightly repetition of aligned command. It is also essential to align the body with the command. As you imagine your wealth destiny, allow your posture to shift. If your dream self stands tall, then lift your chest slightly and soften your shoulders. If your dream self moves with calm ease, then slow your breath and unclench your jaw. The body speaks to the mind, just as the mind speaks to the body. When both align, the message carries power. Carry this practice into dream state by drifting into sleep with the image still vivid. Imagine walking into your desired future as you cross into dream. See yourself living the abundance you have affirmed. Feel the emotions as if they are real. The subconscious continues to process these impressions long after the conscious mind has gone silent. Dreams may even begin to echo your affirmations, showing you symbolic confirmations that the message is being received. Over weeks, you will notice subtle shifts. Ideas for new opportunities will surface as if from nowhere. Conversations will open doors you had not noticed before. Money may begin to flow in unexpected ways: refunds, gifts, opportunities, and chance encounters. These are not coincidences. They are the natural outcomes of the commands you placed nightly into your inner fur. The quantum responds to coherence with synchronicity. There will be nights when fatigue tempts you to skip the practice. Remember that mastery is born in consistency, not in mood. Even on the busiest or most difficult days, give yourself at least one clear affirmation and one image before sleep. It is better to plant one strong seed than to scatter many weak ones. Each night of alignment compounds, building momentum in ways you cannot yet see. Commanding your mind nightly is not just about wealth. It is about reclaiming authorship over your own destiny. Too many people live as passive recipients of unconscious programming, repeating the same cycles year after year. You are choosing differently. You are choosing to become deliberate, disciplined, and awake to the creative power you carry. So tonight, when the world quiets and your body rests, remember that you are holding the pen. The story of your wealth is not finished. It is rewritten each evening by the commands you issue and the visions you nurture. You are no longer at the mercy of circumstance. You are shaping circumstance. The destiny of abundance is not far away. It begins with the thoughts you choose before you drift into sleep. Breathe now deeply and slowly. Imagine your future self smiling with gratitude, already living the abundance you desire. See it, feel it, claim it. Whisper your affirmation softly into the night, and let the words sink into the silence. Your mind is listening, your subconscious is opening, and the field is responding. Tonight you are rewriting your wealth destiny, and tomorrow will rise to meet the command. Shift 4. Breathe wealth energy deeply and feel prosperity flooding within. Close your eyes and take one slow, deliberate breath. Feel the air glide into your body as if it carries more than oxygen, as if it carries possibility itself. With each inhale, you are not just feeding your lungs, you are inviting the current of prosperity into your being. Every breath can either be unconscious and wasted or sacred and transformative. Tonight you are going to discover that the act of breathing is the most powerful tool you already possess to awaken wealth from within. Nikola Tesla once said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." Breathing with awareness is how you align with those very frequencies. It is how you tune your body into coherence with the field of abundance. When you inhale with intention, you are not only drawing in air, you are drawing in vibration. You are harmonizing with the invisible stream that shapes reality. Your breath becomes a bridge between the physical and the quantum. Prosperity is not something outside of you waiting to be earned. It is a frequency that is available right here, right now, waiting for you to align with it. The mind often tries to convince you that abundance is far away, that it depends on circumstances or luck or time. But when you breathe deeply with awareness, you bypass the restless mind and awaken the truth directly in your body. In that moment, you feel that wealth is not distant, it is already present as an energy within you. Breathe again, but this time imagine each inhale as golden light. See it entering through your nose, filling your chest and spreading warmth through every cell. With each exhale, release the tightness, the doubt, the fear that has been weighing you down. Let it drain out of you like dark smoke dissolving into the night. Repeat this until you feel a soft wave of relief washing over you. That relief is the signal of prosperity flooding your inner space. When you are relaxed, you become magnetic. When you are open, life rushes. Most people walk through life with shallow breath, lungs half empty, bodies half alive. Their breath mirrors their belief about life. They take in only enough to survive, not enough to thrive. But when you breathe fully, when you claim every drop of air as yours, you are also claiming the right to more. You are saying to life, "I am ready, I am worthy, I am open to receive." The body believes the breath more than it believes the mind. If you breathe in prosperity deeply and consistently, the body will begin to expect abundance as its natural state. Imagine yourself standing in a vast field at sunrise. The air is fresh, glowing with the golden light of dawn. With each inhale, you draw the sunrise into your body. With each exhale, you release every shadow of the past. Feel the rhythm of life itself, breathing with you, as if the universe is inhaling and exhaling through your lungs. There is no separation. This is the truth of the quantum field. You are not apart from it. You are woven into it, and your breath is proof of that unity. As you continue breathing, begin to layer feeling onto the practice. With each inhale of golden light, silently affirm. With each exhale, affirm, "I release." Let the words merge with the rhythm of the breath until the mind quiets and the body softens. Soon, the affirmations will feel like they are breathing you, rather than you speaking them. That is the sign you are entering coherence. When thought, body and energy begin to align. This practice is not about forcing belief. It is about training the nervous system to experience abundance directly. The mind may argue, but the body does not lie. When your body feels flooded with warmth, ease, and expansion, that becomes the signal you broadcast into the quantum field. You do not have to fight for wealth. You only have to resonate with it. The field responds to vibration, not to desperation. If you want to deepen this even further, place your hand over your heart as you breathe. Feel the rise and fall under your palm. Imagine that with every inhale, your heart is glowing brighter, radiating waves of prosperity outward into the room. Picture those waves touching every corner, filling your space with abundance. This is not fantasy. Science shows that the heart generates the strongest electromagnetic field of the body. And when you breathe with focus into the heart, you magnify coherence. Coherence is the signature of prosperity. Notice how different you feel after even a few minutes of intentional breathing. The chatter of the mind slows, the body loosens, and the inner atmosphere becomes lighter. In this state, you are no longer closed or defensive. You are open, receptive, magnetic. This is the state in which abundance enters effortlessly. You will find that after breathing this way before sleep, your dreams shift, your mood shifts, and opportunities appear with uncanny timing. It is not coincidence. It is alignment. To anchor this practice into daily life, create small breathing rituals throughout the day. Before a meeting, take 3 deep golden breaths. Before paying a bill, take 3 deep golden breaths. Before speaking an affirmation, breathe first to open the body. These micro practices tell your subconscious that prosperity is not something rare or occasional. It is woven into every moment. The more consistent the signal, the more powerful the response from life. When doubt or fear arises, as it inevitably does, use the breath to dissolve it instantly. Instead of fighting the fear with thought, inhale deeply and visualize light, flooding the area of tension. Exhale with a long sigh, and imagine the fear leaving the body. This bypasses argument and works directly with energy. Over time, your nervous system learns that fear is temporary and release is natural. This resilience makes you unstoppable, because no block can hold against consistent release. Breath is the language of life. Every inhale is life saying yes to you. Every exhale is you saying yes back to life. When you become conscious of this exchange, wealth stops being an abstract concept and becomes a living relationship. You realize that prosperity is not something to chase. It is something to breathe in. It is the same current that makes your heart beat, the same rhythm that moves the tides, the same flow that keeps stars burning. You are part of it. Tonight, as you prepare for rest, take 10 golden breaths. With each inhale, imagine prosperity flooding your body like liquid sunlight. With each exhale, let go of everything that no longer serves. Feel your body grow lighter, your mind quieter, your heart more open. Whisper softly, I breathe in wealth, I breathe out freedom. Allow the rhythm to carry you into sleep. The subconscious will continue breathing prosperity long after you drift into dreams. When you wake tomorrow, notice how different you feel. Notice the clarity, the sense of possibility, the lightness in your chest. This is not a temporary trick. It is the natural outcome of aligning breath with intention. Keep practicing, and prosperity will no longer feel like something you are chasing. It will feel like something you are made of. So breathe now deeply and fully. Claim the wealth that is already moving toward you. Fill your lungs with golden light. Release the weight of the past, and allow prosperity to flood every cell. The more you breathe it, the more you become it. And the more you become it, the more the world cannot help but reflect it back to you. Shift 5. Reprogram your subconscious field and magnetize effortless financial miracles. Shut down the autopilot and listen to the whisper of possibility that moves beneath ordinary thought. Joe Dispenza taught that to change is to think greater than your environment. And this simple truth is your lever to rewire what lives beneath the surface of habit. The subconscious is not a problem to be solved, but a field waiting to be reshaped with precise, gentle commands and repeated sensory experiences. Begin by noticing one small daily reaction that runs on old programming: a gut pull, an automatic withdrawal, a dismissive thought, and treat it as a signal rather than a verdict. When a pattern announces itself, respond with a tiny, deliberate practice that alters the felt landscape of that moment. Create a 30-second anchor you will use throughout the day to interrupt unconscious patterns. Press the pad of your thumb into the base of your palm. Breathe in for 4, count, hold for 2, and exhale for 6. Repeat this 3 times and name the state you want to install. For example, open, receptive, abundant. Each time you use the anchor, perform the same 3 breaths and say the same name so the body writes a direct association between the touch, the breath, and the new state. This process trains the nervous system to accept new default responses without needing long explanations. Design a brief morning recording of your voice speaking 3 precise sentences in present tense that describe a small, effortless financial miracle. Keep the images vivid and sensory. Record you laughing softly at the joy of receiving, hearing the late afternoon light on a check, seeing a new number in an account, and feeling relief in the sternum. Play this track as you prepare for the day or during the walk to a task so your nervous system hears the reality before the world appears to confirm it. The familiar tone of your voice bypasses resistance and delivers instructions straight to sleep. Ready layers of mind. Build an evening ritual that uses temperature and texture to reprogram safety and abundance. Choose a soft cloth, a warm cup, or a plant, and touch it with your left hand while breathing slowly into the belly. On the out-breath, imagine the cloth absorbing all tightness, and the warmth turning into a glow inside your ribs. Repeat a single sentence that feels undeniably true for you, such as "money finds me gracefully," or "I am learning to receive." Saying one powerful line repeatedly in a safe, tactile context creates neurological coherence greater than a dozen scattered affirmations. Use brief embodied visualizations rather than long fantasy. Close the eyes and picture one realistic scene that includes sound, smell, movement, and a tiny action you are taking. Imagine opening an email, hearing the name of an ally, seeing a calendar invite, and smiling with the shoulders lower. Keep the scene exactly 60 seconds long and end it by planting a small physical token, a coin, a post-it, a ribbon somewhere visible. That token becomes a memory trigger, and over days the subconscious begins to expect similar experiences and primes behavior to match them. Shift how you spend attention during ordinary tasks. When brushing teeth or stirring coffee, narrate one short sentence inwardly about abundance in neutral tone. For example, "Doors open smoothly for me." Do this for 30 days during mundane actions so the brain stops treating abundance as extraordinary and begins to accept it as normal background information. Habitual exposure to supportive language during low emotional arousal creates durable neural pathways without trauma or strain. Create a simple ledger of evidence where you write down 3 small signs of movement each evening. They do not need to be money-related. They can be a favorable email tone, a helpful idea, or a timely connection. Describe them with sensory detail and the feeling that accompanied them. Reviewing these items nightly trains pattern recognition and shifts attention to the currency of possibility instead of loss. The ledger is proof that the field responds when coherence is present. Make practical micro-adjustments to your environment that mirror the future you want to inhabit. Clear one surface, add a small lamp, place a fresh plant, or move a chair, so that the space physically reflects openness and readiness. Use clean, visible cues as daily reminders that your inner world has changed. The body reads environment more reliably than abstract conviction, and will unconsciously act in alignment with these tactile messages. Practice asking for help in low-stakes contexts to expand your ability to receive. Send one short message, asking for a recommendation or a referral, and accept any reply with genuine gratitude. Each yes you receive trains the muscles of receiving and erodes old stories that holding pride equals safety. Receiving is a muscle. It grows stronger with practice, and makes room for larger flow. Place a short list of 3 curiosity prompts on your phone and check them once a day. Questions like, what small action would make today easier? Who could I ask for perspective, and where might money pleasantly appear? Take your mind off scarcity and redirect it toward problem solving and connection. Curiosity creates motion, and motion invites new outcomes because stagnant thought breeds repetition, while inquisitive focus opens doors. Use one non-negotiable celebration at the close of each week. It can be 5 minutes of music, a tea, a favorite song, or dancing barefoot. Celebrate not only the results, but the willingness to practice new ways. Celebration amplifies neural reward systems and cements the identity of someone who receives and honors growth. Introduce tiny financial experiments to teach trust. Set aside a small recurring amount that moves automatically into a savings or opportunity fund and watch it accumulate without daily fuss. Create one simple rule for spending that aligns with your values, like buying one useful book each month. These experiments are not about frugality or excess. They are about creating predictable, supportive structures, so the nervous system can relax into expansion. If fear or doubt rushes in, notice its particular flavor without arguing with. Give it a name, and then perform a small practical step that addresses its content. If the fear is about not knowing how to manage money, schedule 15 minutes to label accounts. If the fear is about being judged, send one short update to a trusted friend. Action calms anxiety and gives the subconscious concrete evidence that change is possible. Practice a nightly brain wind down that replaces ruminative loops with sensory replay of positive actions. Lie down and mentally scroll through the day, finding 3 moments where you acted from courage or curiosity. Replay them slowly, noticing textures, sounds, and bodily responses. End the sequence by imagining those moments multiplied. Repetition of felt competence rewrites the script the mind uses to interpret future choices. Invite small acts of generosity into routine life and watch reciprocity appear. Give away a cup of tea, an extra seat, your time, or a simple tip, and do so without expectation. These outward motions shift internal scarcity by physically demonstrating that resources can move through you and return. Generosity is a practical experiment in circulation, and circulation trains the field to keep moving. On days when inertia feels heavy, use movement to break the trance. Do 3 minutes of brisk walking or light stretching with attention on how the lungs expand. Movement disperses trapped energy and opens channels for ideas to arrive. Combine movement with a single positive sentence repeated in rhythm to anchor the body in a new pattern. Keep a single clear numeric intention for a quarter, not a vague wish but a measurable aim, like secure 2 interviews, land 1 sale, or increase passive income by a modest percentage. Pair the intention with daily micro-actions and weekly review. Measurable goals create focus and convert broadly felt desires into operational steps that the mind can execute without overwhelming emotion. Remember to protect receptive time each day, 5 to 10 minutes of quiet, where no task is performed and no problem is solved. Use this silence to listen for small intuitive impulses and honor the first next step that arises. The quieter the mind, the clearer the inner guide becomes and the more accurate the decisions that flow outward. Finish each night by placing a small object under your pillow that reminds you of the day's best movement. Before sleep, touch it and say 1 line of appreciation for how you practiced receiving today. This tactile bedtime anchor communicates directly to deep mind and helps integrate new patterns while rest repairs circuitry. Training the subconscious is an art of repeated tiny choices combined with sensory clarity and honest action. Each protocol here is simple but layered and will compound in ways that feel like miracles because the field responds to steady coherence more reliably than to intensity. Continue these practices day after day with patience and precision, and watch how life molds around the new habit of effortless magnetism. The miracles feel effortless because the inner architecture has changed. You have reprogrammed the field, and now the world mirrors that new state back to you. Shift 6. Harness quantum intention daily and shape reality with clarity. Stand very still for a single breath, and feel how possibility sharpens into focus when intention takes the shape of a clear decision. Max Planck observed, "I regard consciousness as fundamental. I regard matter as derivative from consciousness." And this truth is your practical lever to sculpt daily reality. Begin each morning with 3 crisp intentions written on the same small card, so the mind learns to prefer clarity over scatter. Keep them specific, measurable, and emotionally precise. For example, 2 meaningful conversations, receive 1 unexpected income stream, and finish a concrete task that increases capacity. Read the card aloud with steady voice and pause after each line so the words have time to sink into the chest and the viscera to register that you mean this today. Use a single verb to anchor each intention. Act, receive, expand rather than vague adjectives. Verbs convert thought into movement. Adopt a short ritual to plant these intentions into the body within 5 minutes of waking. Stand barefoot, press the soles into the floor, and imagine a column of light moving up through your feet to the belly, then to the throat, and finally resting behind the eyes. As the light moves, place each intention at the corresponding level of the body so the nervous system gains a felt map, not only a thought. When your body and mind share the same signal, the field recognizes the coherence and begins arranging circumstances that match. Translate intention into micro-behavior by creating 3 tiny actions you will perform before noon. These should be simple, measurable steps linked directly to your intentions and executed within minutes, not hours. Send 1 short message, follow up on a thread, make 1 decision that clarifies a bottleneck. Small decisive acts unstick possibility and tell life that you are not merely wishing but mobilizing. Track completion in a visible way, check them off on the card so the brain receives steady proof of motion. Install a physical cue that interrupts autopilot and refocuses attention on clarity. Choose a small object, wear a ring on your index finger, place a bright sticker on your phone, or select a short tactile pattern you tap twice. Whenever you encounter the cue, pause, breathe, and repeat one of your 3 intentions silently. This repetition transforms a wandering mind into a directed instrument and trains habit into momentum through consistent recall. Create intention clusters that pair feeling with detail so the mind receives a full sensory instruction rather than a flat demand. Describe not only the outcome but how it looks, sounds, smells, and moves. For example, imagine opening an email that begins with your name, hearing a genuine laugh on the line, seeing a specific number appear in a screen, feel warmth in the chest, and notice the subtle ease in the shoulder. The richer the sensory input, the faster the deep mind composes matching events because it organizes experience from vivid templates. Use short recorded phrases of your own voice to bypass analysis and speak directly to deeper mind layers. Record 30 to 60 seconds of present tense statements combining image, feeling, and gratitude. Then listen to this while doing a repetitive task such as washing dishes or driving. The brain accepts familiar tonal patterns as trustworthy and embeds the sequence without needing cognitive assistance. Over time, you will find choices aligning naturally with the script you repeatedly hear. Structure your day in deliberate cycles of attention and recalibration. Work for an agreed period, then take 30 to 60 seconds to breathe, soften the shoulders, and rest your eyes. During this pause, repeat silently one line that reminds you of the priority of clarity over busyness. Repeated small recalibrations prevent scattered effort and allow intention to breathe between tasks, which is where subtle corrections appear. Cultivate an environment that answers your intention by reducing visual and energetic noise. Clear one horizontal surface, leave a single object that symbolizes your financial growth, and allow light to hit that spot every morning. The simplicity of this scene signals to the nervous system that you are practicing minimalism around focus and that energy can circulate without unnecessary friction. Use a weekly reflection that is both analytic and poetic. In one column, list measurable progress, and in another, write one vivid sentence that captures how momentum felt physically. The first column trains the planning mind, the second trains the feeling memory that instructs the feel. Between these two registers, you create a balanced feedback loop that prevents mania and cultivates steady accrual. Practice asking precise questions to the field rather than scattered wishing. Instead of "I need more money," ask "what specific next step will uplift my financial flow this week," and write down the first impulse that arrives, even if it seems small. Act on that impulse within 12 hours. The discipline of speed collapses indecision and signals to the world that you are ready to act on guidance. Design micro-generosity exercises that circulate energy and expand expectation. Offer a brief piece of value to someone without demand, a single helpful note, a short introduction, or a small gesture. Generosity trains internal economy because it proves that resources can move through you and return. Circulation invites reciprocity, not as a rule but as a natural byproduct of motion. Protect receptive time each day, 5 to 10 minutes of quiet where no problem solving occurs and only listening is allowed. During this stillness, anchor one intention in the breath and wait for the faintest next step to rise. The quieter the internal noise, the more accurate and bold the impulse. Treat this time as sacred and non-negotiable, like a meeting with your future self. When fear appears, label its exact content and then give it an immediate practical countermeasure. If the fear says "I might lose control," schedule a 10-minute audit of one financial item and then place any corrective note on your desktop. If the fear says "I am not visible," message a trusted ally and request feedback. Small practical responses teach the nervous system that anxiety can be met with action, not avoidance. Bring ritual to transitions to mark when you move from intention to implementation. Before starting a focused block, touch the ring or object you chose, inhale slowly, and whisper the single verb that anchors the session. After finishing the block, close your eyes for 3 slow breaths and say "thank you" for the movement. Ritual creates psychological punctuation that clarifies start and stop, which helps the mind orient around purpose. Design modest numeric markers for each quarter to quantify progress and avoid vague dreaming. Choose numbers that are challenging but achievable. For example, open 5 new conversations, generate 3 qualified leads, or increase conversion by a % that stretches your system. Pair each number with 3 micro-tasks and 1 weekly review so the intention remains actionable and not only inspirational. Use environmental automation to remove friction from follow-through. Set calendar nudges, block time for the micro-actions, and automate one transfer into a savings or opportunity account. Systems reduce the cognitive load and allow repeated aligned decisions to occur without heroic effort. When the path is simple, momentum becomes inevitable. Develop an evening backfill practice to tidy the mind and re-anchor intention for the night. Spend 3 minutes listing 3 small wins, felt sensations, and 1 tiny learning. Touch the intention card and imagine each line glowing as proof the day is integrated. This end-of-day ritual helps consolidate the neural gains and primes the subconscious overnight. Rotate between imagination and practicality so neither dominates. Spend equal time visualizing precise scenes and executing immediate measurable tasks. Imagination creates blueprint, action builds scaffolding, and together they compress timelines, because vision without action becomes fantasy and action without vision becomes random. When both move together, reality shortens the distance between desire and manifestation. Teach your attention to notice micro-confirmations and respond. When a small favorable sign appears, pause and register it with genuine appreciation. Saying 1 clear word of thanks transforms an observation into an amplifying signal that the field reads as momentum. Appreciating evidence is not superstition. It is a signal refinement practice. Keep one steady identity statement you repeat weekly that asserts your capacity with humility and resolve. Choose language that feels credible to your nervous system and say it aloud at the start of each week. Identity language recalibrates default choices and directs micro-habits to align with the person you intend to be. Begin now by writing 3 crisp intentions on a single card. Speak them out loud. Place the card where sunlight will touch it, and perform one tiny action within the hour that brings one intention into motion. This simple sequence, repeated with discipline, becomes the architecture of change and demonstrates to the field that you are no longer a passive dreamer, but an active director shaping reality with daily quantum intention. Shift 7. Expand your receiving power and welcome boundless gifts with joy. Sit quietly and feel the rhythm of life pulsing through your body. Deepak Chopra once said, "The universe has no restrictions. You place restrictions on yourself. Tonight you are going to dissolve those self-imposed limits and open yourself fully to receive the abundance that is always circulating." Receiving is not a passive act. It is an active alignment of mind, body, and heart that magnetizes opportunities into your experience. The more you train yourself to welcome, the more life responds with gifts that feel effortless yet powerful. Start by noticing how you respond to generosity in your day. When someone offers a compliment, a gesture, or even a smile, do you accept it fully? Or do you deflect, minimize, or shrink away? Each deflection signals to the universe that you are closed to receiving, and closed circuits cannot attract flow. Tonight, imagine the body as a vessel, the chest expanding, shoulders relaxing, arms open, hands ready to receive. Physical openness is the first language of magnetism. As you breathe deeply, picture golden energy entering your body with every inhale. Let it fill your lungs, your chest, your stomach, radiating warmth through each cell. With every exhale, release resistance, doubt, or fear that anything good can enter your life. This energy is the field of abundance, alive, responsive, and waiting for your conscious invitation. Your breath is a bridge that connects desire with the quantum current of gifts. To expand receiving power, practice gratitude as a daily muscle. Do not only feel grateful for what you have already, but cultivate the anticipation of what is on its way. Say silently, "I am ready to receive unimaginable gifts today." Imagine the delight of each arrival, the texture, the sound, the smell, and the feeling of having it in your hands. Gratitude trains your subconscious to expect and welcome and create mental space for opportunities by releasing stories of limitation. Notice any lingering beliefs that gifts must be earned through struggle, that abundance is scarce, or that asking for help is weakness. Treat these beliefs as old programs that no longer serve you and visualize them dissolving into mist. In their place, imagine a clear sky of possibility where each intention can take root without obstruction. A clear mind amplifies the signal that you are open and ready. Your nervous system is a key partner in magnetism. When your body feels safe, the field responds. Each evening, place a hand over your heart and notice its rise and fall. Whisper softly, "I welcome gifts with joy and ease." Let the vibration of your own voice resonate through the chest, down the spine, and into every limb. Repetition in this embodied state programs the deep mind to align with receiving effortlessly. Integrate micro-receiving exercises into daily routines. When offered a coffee, accept it fully. When someone shares advice, listen without judgment. When a door opens, step through it without hesitation. Each small act of conscious acceptance rewires habitual deflection and primes your field for larger opportunities. Magnetism grows in proportion to willingness, not size. Visualize receiving as a two-way flow. Imagine the energy moving into your hands, filling your heart, circulating through the body, and radiating outward. Gifts do not enter only for personal gain. They are shared, extended, and multiplied. When you welcome fully, you also become a node in the circulation of abundance, sending more energy back into the field than you take. This reciprocity accelerates attraction and makes the universe respond generously. Pay attention to joy as the signal of alignment. Gifts arrive in many forms: small notes, timely ideas, fortunate encounters, unexpected income. Notice the emotional response as they appear. When a spark of delight occurs, pause and breathe it in. Let the sensation expand throughout your body. Joy is the energetic signature that strengthens the capacity to receive. It opens pathways the mind alone cannot access. Incorporate a nightly reflection to enhance sensitivity. Before sleep, recall 3 instances during the day where abundance appeared. Describe them with all 5 senses and capture the emotion they evoked. Touch, smell, sound, sight, and taste are the way the body remembers reality. This multisensory recall signals to the subconscious that receiving is natural, familiar, and safe. Over time, your mind begins to anticipate more rather than resist. Allow imagination to act as rehearsal. Picture yourself receiving something meaningful tomorrow: a conversation, a financial opportunity, a creative idea. Sense the ease with which it arrives, the emotions of delight, and the way your body responds. The subconscious cannot distinguish between imagined aligned experience and reality. By practicing vivid reception, you create energetic expectation that life mirrors with precision. Create small rituals of tangible reception. Keep a simple object on your desk, a coin, a crystal, a note, or a token of your intention. Touch it daily while silently saying, "I am open to all gifts." Let the object anchor your intention and communicate consistently to your deep mind. Physical anchors strengthen the signal when thoughts and breath alone are insufficient. Challenge subtle resistance by noticing reactions to potential gifts. When an opportunity surfaces, check the body for tension, hesitation, or inner arguments. Pause, breathe, and realign posture, softening the shoulders, lifting the chest, opening the palms. The field responds to embodied signals as much as conscious desire. Movement and posture carry information about receptivity that the mind cannot fully fabricate. Integrate generosity as a tool to increase receiving. Giving without expectation primes energy circulation and opens your channel to receive proportionally. When you act from abundance outwardly, the field responds with reciprocal flow. Remember that circulation is a feedback loop, not a ledger. The more you give consciously, the more effortless the inflow becomes. Use daily micro-visualizations to enhance capacity. While walking, eating, or preparing for sleep, imagine receiving a small gift of insight, support, or inspiration. Observe the tactile, visual, and emotional components of the moment. Repeat for 3 minutes, and let each visualization settle into the body. These short sessions train nervous system memory, without requiring hours of practice, creating persistent openness that accumulates naturally. End each day with a soft affirmation while lying down. Whisper, "I welcome all gifts with joy and gratitude." Let the words vibrate through the chest, soften the belly, and echo in the spine. Allow the body to carry this signal into sleep, so the subconscious continues to expand your receiving power, without conscious effort. Night after night, this builds a magnetic field that draws abundance effortlessly. Remember that receiving is not dependent on external conditions. A sunrise, a conversation, a creative idea, or a smile are all valid manifestations of abundance. By training the mind and body to notice and welcome these consistently, the capacity for larger flows grows. Life begins to present ever-expanding opportunities because your inner circuitry resonates with openness rather than restriction. Practice noticing alignment in mundane moments, accepting a cup of water, a kind word, a simple task done with ease. All are confirmation. Celebrate them internally and physically. Small daily affirmations strengthen the magnetic field, creating readiness for larger gifts to arrive naturally. Tonight, place yourself fully in the energy of openness. Expand your arms slightly, soften the chest, and take 3 deep breaths, imagining every cell becoming receptive. Feel warmth, delight, and curiosity flowing simultaneously. Whisper inwardly, "I welcome all abundance joyfully and completely." Let this vibration sink into the body. As you drift into sleep, know that each dream, each intuitive impulse, and each micro-movement the next day will be amplified by the magnetic field you have consciously expanded tonight. Shift 8. Elevate your vibration instantly and attract golden-aligned opportunities. The notion that the world is made up of separate things is an illusion. David Bohm observed, and this truth is your immediate invitation to lift frequency and draw aligned opportunity like a magnet. Feel the body for one breath and notice a subtle shift when attention moves from scattered thinking to deliberate presence. Because vibration responds to focus, and focus is the tuning fork of reality. Begin by standing tall with a soft smile and pressing the feet into the floor as if anchoring a clear intention down into the earth, while simultaneously imagining a lightness rising through the crown of the head. Combine ground and uplift, so that gravity itself becomes your ally in raising tone. Straighten the spine not as effort but as an opening, and sense how posture changes not only your mood but the quality of options that appear around you. Sound is a quick elevator for vibration, louder and faster than thought alone. Choose one short tone, a hum, a syllable, or a single note on the breath, and sound it twice with full resonance into the chest. Hear the vibration move through bone and tissue and feel the internal acoustics rearrange tension into openness. Make this a micro practice you use before an important call, before a meeting, or whenever the air feels thick. 3 clear sounds will shift chemistry more reliably than argument. When sound is combined with steady breath, The body attunes to a new baseline and the field responds to that baseline with matching tempo. Color and texture move frequency without the need for words. Place one small object in sight that evokes expansion for you: a blue scarf, a brass bowl, or a plant with glossy leaves. Let your eyes rest on it for 8 seconds, breathing slowly as if inhaling the color itself. Repeat this glance 3 times spaced through the day, and the visual cue will operate like a tuner, reminding the nervous system of amplitude, not scarcity. The environment becomes an extension of your inner tone, and when outer cues match inner intention, momentum rises naturally. Movement changes electrical patterns faster than thinking. Do a simple sequence of 3 movements each morning that you own. Reach the arms overhead, inhale, open to the sky, and then fold forward. Exhale and bring fingertips to the ground. Step to the right. Rise and open the chest. Keep each motion slow and intentional so sensation is clear, not frantic. Movement recalibrates the autonomic system and resets thresholds for stress, making you a softer vessel for opportunity to land. Temperature and touch are direct keys to recalibrating safety and receptivity. Warmth relaxes tight circuitry, so hold a cup of warm tea or press a warm cloth to the sternum for 60 seconds while breathing calmly. The warmth tells the limbic brain that abundance is safe. And when safety rises, decisions that attract opportunity become easier. Use temperature as a pragmatic trick to shift physiology quickly when doubt surfaces. Language matters. Replace generic wishes with vivid present tense sentences that include a sensory verb. Instead of "I want more money," say "I open my days to clear unexpected income arriving," and include the sense of sound, sight, or touch, such as seeing a deposit notice or feeling a weight lifted in the chest. Sensory verbs give the subconscious a full template to copy, and the field responds to texture as much as intent. Micro resets during the day preserve elevated bandwidth. Program 3 alarms labeled with single verbs: expand, receive, create. When an alarm sounds, stop for 5 breaths and perform a single small action that matches the verb. Open an email, respond to a friend, draft an outline. This coupling of signal to motion trains the field to associate your presence with productive openness and reduces the chance of falling into low-frequency. Curiosity acts like a soft, high-frequency lens that increases access to golden opportunities. When confronted with a decision, ask what small experiment could reveal more, and then run that experiment for half an hour. Experiments remove binary judgment and invite discovery, which often reveals paths that rigid planning cannot see. The habit of curious testing generates novelty, and novelty attracts new connections and resources. Presence in conversation raises your market signal. Practice one listening habit. Repeat inwardly the last 2 words the other person said, and soften your posture. Mirroring at this subtle level opens rapport and increases the likelihood that helpful information or introductions will be offered. Being a receptive listener is a high-frequency skill because it strengthens relational trust, which is a prime channel for aligned opportunity. Money moves through systems, not heroics. Create one automated microflow that circulates resources for you: a tiny weekly transfer, a recurring invoice template, or a scheduled check-in call. Systems reduce friction and allow your elevated vibration to operate without getting bogged down in logistics. When the process is smooth, life meets you with ease rather than forcing you to manage every detail. Use visual rehearsal that ends with a small physical anchor. Imagine a scene where you receive aligned news. Feel the exact emotion. Then place a coin in your left pocket or tie a ribbon to a pen. Each time you rehearse the scene, repeat the anchor placement so that the token becomes a somatic memory trigger. After a few days, the token alone will call up the felt experience, and the field will begin to match the recall with subtle confirmation. Slow down decision speed to increase signal clarity. Instead of immediate binary responses, pause long enough to feel which option expands your chest and quiets the throat. Expand is often your internal yes, while contraction is a no. This felt decision method bypasses overthinking and taps into the coherence that attracts high-quality opportunities. Gratitude performed with the body raises frequency differently than gratitude performed as thought. Press the palms together at the heart center. Inhale, and on the exhale say aloud 3 specific things you appreciate right now, naming textures, colors, and people. This creates muscular feedback that amplifies the internal state and signals the field that abundance is not theoretical but embodied. Replace anxious planning with tiny creative plays. Take 1 hour each week to do a small playful experiment, unrelated to outcome. Sketch a new idea. Write one short script. Call an old friend with curiosity. Play loosens the grip of fear and invites serendipity because rigid control closes channels that novelty opens. Limit input that drags you down by curating a 1-minute intake ritual before consuming news or social media. Breathe twice. Imagine a protective yet permeable bubble and then consume with the clear intention to notice only resourceful information. This prevents lower frequencies from seeding doubt and preserves the bandwidth needed for attracting golden alignment. Invite reciprocity into daily rhythm by offering precise value with no expectation. Send one helpful link, introduce two people who could benefit from knowing one another, or write a short note of encouragement to someone in your circle. Shift 9. Embody unshakable wealth identity and walk fearless into greatness. Stand firm and feel the weight of your presence as a declaration of power and possibility. Anchor identity in a physical ritual that marks transitions. Before meetings, calls, or important tasks, press fingertips together, inhale deeply, and whisper a word that embodies your current state. Command, flow, abundance. Let this gesture be brief yet powerful. Repetition turns the micro-ritual into a somatic trigger, instantly reinstating identity regardless of external circumstances. Over time, one gesture can restore full alignment within seconds. Practice gratitude for the qualities of your future self as though they are present now. List 3 specific behaviors or feelings each day: decisiveness, clarity, courage, joy. Describe them in vivid detail, imagining how the body carries these traits: straight posture, calm breathing, clear eye. Gratitude primes the nervous system to treat these traits as already accessible, and the field responds by offering situations to express them tangibly. Engage fear directly without resisting it. When a challenge arises, visualize it as a wave approaching a sturdy vessel. The vessel does not fight the wave but maintains form, allowing the water to flow around it while the structure remains firm. Breathe through discomfort, observe the sensations without attachment, and act from the steadiness of identity. Resilience is a muscle that grows when tested consistently, not in theory or idle affirmation. Use environment to reinforce identity. Arrange a workspace, home, or desk in a way that reflects abundance, clarity, and order. Place one item that symbolizes wealth, power, or freedom in a visible spot. Each glance anchors the nervous system in a state that communicates unshakable authority and capacity. The subconscious reads environment as truth, and coherence between space and self amplifies influence on daily interaction. Integrate social alignment. Notice the energy you bring into interactions and adjust to reflect your chosen identity. Speak with measured clarity, maintain calm composure, and listen with presence. Surround yourself with those who mirror or respect the frequency you intend to hold. Energy is contagious and coherence is reinforced by association. Each interaction is a chance to practice embodiment, not negotiation. Introduce brief daily micro-exercises for visible confidence. Slightly louder than usual when presenting an idea. Walk with steady cadence. Maintain open posture. These actions are not vanity. They are practical embodiments of inner authority. Each small gesture signals to the brain, body, and field that the identity is non-negotiable, producing ripple effects that draw aligned opportunities toward you. End each day with reflection on alignment rather than outcome. Note 3 instances where you acted in accordance with unshakable wealth identity. Record sensations, emotions, and outcomes in a journal. Celebrate consistency and presence over external validation. This practice consolidates identity, reduces reliance on external circumstances, and strengthens the nervous system to respond from confidence rather than fear. Practice patience with the unfolding process. Identity embodiment is cumulative. It is trained moment by moment, breath by breath, and decision by decision. Celebrate incremental growth, notice subtle shifts, and treat resistance as an indicator of areas to refine. When daily life is approached with deliberate consistency, fear diminishes, clarity strengthens, and opportunities manifest naturally. Combine imagination and action each morning. Spend 5 minutes imagining yourself acting fearlessly in an important scenario. Then immediately take one small tangible step aligned with that scenario. The fusion of vivid inner rehearsal with real-world motion reinforces identity and accelerates adaptation. Energy meets structure and produces observable results without forcing or straining. Tonight, breathe deeply, feel the weight and expansion of your presence. Whisper aloud a statement of unshakable wealth identity, and imagine walking fearlessly into a world that mirrors your clarity, courage, and capacity. Let posture, breath, voice, and thought converge into a singular, coherent state. Sleep with this identity firmly installed, knowing that tomorrow every action, glance, and choice will radiate the authority and magnetism of the self you are intentionally embodying. Your field is alive, responsive, and aligned with the unshakable version of you that exists now. Shift 10. Merge with limitless source and overflow prosperity without end. Close your eyes and feel the quiet pulse of existence within every cell of your body. Erwin Schrödinger once reflected, Consciousness cannot be accounted for in physical terms. It is the fundamental reality. Tonight you are going to merge with that limitless source, the infinite intelligence that underlies all creation, and allow prosperity to flow through you naturally, without effort or restriction. This is not imagination alone, but an embodied practice where mind, body, and quantum field converge into one coherent current. Start by settling the body into stillness. Press your feet lightly into the floor or mattress. Release the shoulders, soften the jaw, and lengthen the spine. As the body relaxes, sense an energy beneath the surface of your skin, a subtle vibration that exists beyond thought. This is your connection to the universal current, the reservoir of endless possibility waiting for conscious alignment. Feel it not as concept, but as warmth, subtle pressure, and openness. Breathe deeply into the belly, imagining with each inhale that the source itself flows into you, filling every organ, muscle, and joint. Exhale, completely, letting go of limitation, fear, and smallness. The breath becomes a bridge between human experience and infinite abundance, translating subtle energy into felt reality. Notice how the rhythm of inhalation and exhalation naturally shifts perception, expanding awareness beyond ordinary constraint. Visualize a golden light descending from the infinite into the crown of your head, moving fluidly through the chest and out through the hands. This light is not merely symbolic. It represents the conscious merging with the field of limitless potential. Feel it circulate in waves, touching every fiber of your being, saturating thought, emotion, and physical presence. Allow the flow to be steady, unconditional, and without expectation. Invoke the sensation of generosity as a tool for connection with the source. Imagine offering your energy outward while simultaneously receiving. The universe responds to circulation, not accumulation. Let each thought of giving, an idea, a smile, a contribution, echo internally, expanding the channel for prosperity. Recognize that the more you allow this energy to circulate freely, the stronger the inflow becomes. Anchor this merger in a simple physical gesture. Place hands over the heart, or hold palms slightly apart in front of you, imagining an energetic river moving through the body. Each time you perform this gesture, your nervous system remembers the alignment, making the experience more automatic and natural. Repetition transforms fleeting awareness into lasting resonance. Expand your consciousness by noticing the interconnectedness of everything around you. Observe the subtle signals of life, the rustle of leaves, the flow of water, a passing smile, and realize that the same energy you are feeling flows through all phenomena. Alignment with the source is recognition of non-separation. Each encounter, coincidence, and opportunity becomes an expression of the unified field responding to your presence. Integrate sensory perception to enhance embodiment. Hear the silence between sounds. Feel the texture of the air on your skin. Notice subtle tastes. Observe colors with depth. Each detail strengthens your capacity to register abundance, teaching the body and mind that richness is not a distant prize but a living experience. Sensory immersion calibrates attention to subtle inflows, reinforcing coherence with the infinite. Use language that carries resonance. Speak internally or aloud affirmations rooted in present tense abundance. I am one with limitless source. Prosperity flows through me freely. I expand and create without end. Feel the weight of each word in the body and allow it to reverberate in emotion and energy. Words are not empty, they are signals that tune the nervous system and attract corresponding events in the field. Engage imagination with precise detail. Picture a scenario where abundance moves through you effortlessly. A meeting where clarity produces opportunity. A call that resolves a block. A project that opens new pathways. Include how it feels, what is seen, heard, and sensed in the moment. Sensory-rich imagination trains the subconscious to act as though this reality is already present. Incorporate micro-actions to solidify the flow. Take one small step each hour that embodies the energy of source. Respond quickly to a prompt. Share an idea. Acknowledge someone's effort. These actions are not tasks but expressions of alignment. Each movement demonstrates to the mind and body that merger with the infinite is not theoretical but operational in daily life. Cultivate presence as a frequency enhancer. Pause every few hours to close the eyes, breathe, and sense the river of energy flowing uninterrupted through you. Presence strengthens coherence, sharpens awareness of subtle opportunities, and prevents dispersal of attention into scattered thought. A grounded presence signals the field that you are ready to receive fully and consistently. Use gratitude as both gateway and amplifier. Express appreciation not only for tangible gains but for the very capacity to participate in the flow. Gratitude amplifies resonance, deepens embodiment, and communicates to the field that you are consciously aligned. Speak aloud or in thought, naming both the internal sensation and external manifestation of abundance. Visualize circulation in 3 dimensions. Imagine energy flowing not just linearly but spiraling, expanding outward while returning inward like a living vortex of prosperity. See this flow moving through the body into surroundings and back again. Multiplicity of movement strengthens the energetic channel, preventing stagnation and reinforcing continuous inflow. Practice discernment while remaining open. Receiving from source does not mean indiscriminate accumulation, but selective alignment. Trust intuition, notice subtle guidance, and take only what resonates fully. This discernment maintains clarity, prevents overwhelm, and ensures that prosperity integrates seamlessly into life, rather than creating tension or distraction. End the day by imagining your body as a conduit, energy entering, circulating, and overflowing in rhythm with infinite abundance. Lie down, soften muscles, and visualize the current moving through every cell, every organ, every thought. Whisper internally, I am merged with limitless source, and my prosperity overflows naturally. Let the sensation saturate consciousness and settle into subconscious memory, ensuring that dreams, impulses, and next-day actions continue the alignment effortlessly. Repeat small anchors daily. Touch the heart, take 3 deep breaths, and recall the sensation of total merger at least 3 times per day. Each repetition strengthens coherence, reinforces nervous system memory, and signals to the quantum field that this alignment is continuous, unbroken, and unconditionally available. Allow generosity, gratitude, and embodiment to circulate in real life. Offer help, share insights, acknowledge beauty, and respond to small openings with full engagement. Circulation of energy ensures that the source does not remain theoretical, it becomes lived experience. Each act of flow, no matter how small, strengthens the overall field and draws aligned abundance toward you. Tonight, merge fully, breathe consciously, visualize with clarity, act with presence, and allow the field to recognize your coherence. Your body, mind, and heart are the conduit. The universe responds instantaneously to fully embodied alignment. Prosperity without end is not a distant dream, but a current that flows through you as naturally as the breath, ready to manifest in every choice, interaction, and moment you engage with consciously. Now you hold the keys to 10 transformative shifts, each designed to awaken a different facet of your limitless abundance. Shift 1 ignites your inner spark, while Shift 2 clears the hidden barriers that silently sabotage your flow. Shift 3 and 4 command your mind nightly and breathe prosperity into every cell. Shift 5 and 6 reprogram your subconscious and sharpen quantum intention, shaping reality with precision. Shift 7 and 8 expand your receiving power and elevate your vibration to magnetize aligned golden opportunity. Shift 9 anchors an unshakable wealth identity, walking you fearlessly into greatness. And Shift 10 merges you fully with the limitless source, allowing prosperity to overflow endless. To truly apply these shifts, integrate daily micro-practices, breathe, visualize, act, and align with your body, mind, and field. Darkness often hides within the mind's unchallenged beliefs. Confront it, and watch your reality. Subscribe now, because the next audiobook will reveal the most critical quantum strategies for immediate and unstoppable transformation. Your next level awaits.